Is the full unveiling of the 7th generation NASCAR Cup car. NASCAR, they have pulled out all the stops and have built one of the most advanced cars to ever go round and round a racetrack. But I'm impatient. I couldn't wait for tomorrow.
Big thanks to Amaze for sponsoring this episode. I'm out here at James's private island off the coast of Costa Rica to help train an awesome truck for one of you to win. Whoa, whoa, hey! This is the Ram 1500 TRX, and thanks to Amaze, one of you has the chance to own it. Not only could you win this awesome off-roader with taxes and shipping included, you'll also win $20,000 of performance trucks. And it's got the heart of a Hellcat with a 702 horsepower supercharged V8 under the hood. It's been clocked doing 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds. But it's not all about speed. The Ram TRX comfort wherever you tear it up. It's got 35-inch tires, a reinforced frame, and specialized Bilstein shocks. Best of all, every donation helps support Team Rubicon. They're a nonprofit that utilizes the skills and experiences of military veterans. That's omaze.com/donutmedia. Get back. Get back. Clever girl.
Since 1949, the NASCAR Cup Series has been the pinnacle of American stock car racing. Over 70 that this new car is a major change for the sport.
There are things that are radically different about the car that are going to catch people having to really think again.
That's race car engineer Brandon Thomas, the managing director of vehicle systems for NASCAR. Well, just about everything makes it unique. So we're going to focus on 3 of those revolutionary changes. The next gen's new sequential gearbox, its independent rear suspension, and the new frame and body structure. With Brandon's help, we're going to see how these are part of a total package that's safer, less expensive, and more importantly, it creates more exciting racing. Like many front-engine, rear-wheel drive cars, NASCAR currently uses a gearbox attached to the back of the engine, which sends power to a solid rear, a rear transaxle. That's a single mechanical assembly that combines functions of the gearbox, the differential, and the drive axles. Moving the gearbox components to the rear of the car helps improve weight distribution, which is why the same layout is used in high-performance pattern shifter with the lever that's pulled back to upshift or pushed forward to downshift. Sequential shifting is faster than H-pattern, it rarely slips out of gear, and is nearly impossible to miss a shift, unless you're one of our editors, Kanan, who just... But how does the new sequential transaxle affect the racing? According to Brandon, the drivetrain is now 50 to 60% stiffer, and that means every gear change is sharper, smoother, and more efficient.
What the gearbox
about giving the best drivers the best package so we can really see what they're capable of. Another part of the package is a brand new independent rear suspension. NASCAR currently uses a truck arm suspension. The rear axle attaches to the chassis by 2 long pivoting
on the left rear as well.
Those cross-vehicle effects aren't just the results of mechanical changes. Uneven road surfaces can create instability because both sides will be affected, even if the initial disturbance happens on just one side of the car. Another problem is that this is a car's ability to maintain consistent grip. There's nothing damping impacts or vibrations affecting the unsprung parts. The next-gen car's rear suspension uses multiple control arms to link each wheel to the chassis, allowing them to travel up and down. Suspension allows fine-tuning different suspension setups between the left and right of the car. It allows for a greater range of adjustability at each corner. For example, independent suspension allows for more camber, which is essential for cornering grip. But Brandon
is not symmetric about the x-axis of the vehicle. So running down center line from front axle to rear axle, the right side of the car is very flat, and the left side of the car really mimics the OEM body shape. And so if you're stabilizing yaw moment, now next gen, it is absolutely symmetric down the center line of the vehicle from the bumper to the tail. That symmetry eliminates all of that restorative yaw moment.
So with these body changes, the teams have to make up for lost in its suspension setup and the new tires. Those setup changes are going to be a lot of work and require a lot of experimentation. So why make the change? Well, the symmetrical bodies not only look more like the real cars from Chevy, Ford, and Toyota, the new that means more stability in tight, high-speed packs and safer, faster passing. In other words, more competitive racing. Does that mean that we can no longer shake and bake? I don't know. I probably should have asked Brandon that. I didn't think of it at the time. Oh no, you can. So the next gen has a sleek new body, but we all know it's what's inside that counts. Quite a few media outlets reported that the next gen has a carbon fiber tub underneath. It even made it onto the Wikipedia page.
Let me correct you.
Your teachers told you not to use Wikipedia when you're doing your research. That's why I don't use Wikipedia when I use my research. I research from jerrysresearch.net. Like the current car, the body still sits on a steel frame, but this one is completely, want that? Well, you remove the rear clip and you pull out the fuel cell, the gearbox, and the entire car's rear suspension all in one unit. You remove the front clip and out goes the radiator, the front bumper assembly, all the ductwork, all the front suspension, and the steering system. Smart people who will put in work and adapt. So part of the car's success is going to be down to skilled mechanics and engineers.
But it gets the hardware to be a lot more consistent between the drivers. And so for a driver to suddenly elevate their game, if they really are that good and they just haven't had that shot, I mean, that is a story right there. And that is something that I hope does come out of something like
It's the place to be, especially before tomorrow. Okay, we got the inside scoop. Don't be left in the past. You can go impress your friends right now. Be like, yeah, I know about the NASCAR. I watched B2B, no big deal. Say it just like that. Big thanks to NASCAR.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are here at the original Goon Squad garage. And as you guys seen in the previous video, we finally got our...
Dude, look at the stuff just like growing on it or whatever that is.
Goodness, dude.
Dang, man, this thing just looks like one of those. This is like a barn find if you just leave it here for a couple years, dude.
So, dude, this is quite pathetic, but you know what? That's why our shop is in the works right now. So hopefully we get that build, because look at this front end, dude.
Oh, some TLC, man.
This thing is an absolute beast. And then the Audi, we may just do some side builds while we're at it right now. But first things first, let's just focus on the Raptor. Let's hop into the S2000 and just head to the dealership. Front end, all one color now, looks good.
Oh
man.
my goodness, that looks super aggressive. That's why I think this body
Paint in a spray can and just
definitely easy fix right there. But anyways, we did run to the dealership, and the green mean machine right here, or whatever you want to call it, this thing's just a good little ripper, dude.
Dude, this thing is a blast, man. Basically a street legal go-kart right here, dude.
Definitely our heads like sticks out from the top. These is probably like a CR edition wing and maybe a lip, and that'll be it.
That would be perfect. And we have those Brembos that we never threw on there because our wheels are too small. We may end up getting like some newer wheels.
Super wheels.
Or we can try to throw
Same
on
lug pattern?
our old, I don't know if they're the same lug pattern. If our old Super,
We're just gonna get as much done as
Oh,
possible.
we can throw in that hood thing first and then move on to something else.
Yeah, let's do that right there,
do it.
dude. there. It is looking absolutely amazing over there. Then we jumped upstairs where our brother-in-law went ahead and created some sort of meal concoction.
Some milk concoction, dude. That was just amazing. I think it's called cut cheese or something, or sliced cheese. I don't know.
Philly cheesesteak, I think. Did you have it too?
Yeah.
Some borscht as well. That's like a European soup, and
Yeah,
that was
super good.
fire as well.
Vegetable
Soup.
Yeah, it's mom made it.
Mom made it. Yes, sir, dude. So we're super happy to have him. Definitely gonna miss him. He's gonna be leaving in a couple of days.
Just live here, you know what I mean? How are we gonna eat? End up doing like the circle Baja lights on the top, which will look super sick. But only one thing about these lights right here is they're like $500 for just 2 of them.
Dude, them suckers are super expensive. You can buy the cheaper ones, of course. They're gonna run like $100 a piece.
Add on the front of this bumper, that way we don't have no warning lights.
Yes, sir, dude. But this is about to be super epic. I say we go ahead, take it over to the front of that truck, and what?
Slap it on.
My good.
Good right there,
That is what I'm talking about. The aftermarket bumper is finally installed with Thomas. Of course, look at that. Thomas just jumped right in there, dude.
Jumped right in there and claimed it. It's home right
Dude,
there,
that's a new light bar right there. Since we don't have any pods or anything, that's going to be our pod,
Hey,
dude.
Thomas is just gonna stick his hands out
Nice.
here white, which will look super sick. We're just gonna go ahead and probably order that as soon as possible. But dude, that just made the front end just look super aggressive. And I'm loving that it's actually black, you know, to match all the accents throughout the whole entire
Definitely.
truck.
Now, for the most part, this install was pretty dang simple, though.
Look at the sky when you're driving or something like that,
Who
man.
cares? But yeah, definitely gonna have to order that here ASAP. But as right now, I think that's pretty much all that we're gonna do for the truck, because we already got a lot of stuff knocked out.
Yeah, I mean, that basically just completes the front end for today. I mean, it's just so epic. I just can't wait to
Moving with this, but since I think we're getting some bad weather possibly tomorrow, I want to go ahead and hop on that Mustang and bring it out, dude.
We mentioned the Mustang, and ever since we talked about it, I want to get out here and just give it a nice wash and just see what that thing's all about.
It like pops a wheelie. Honestly, if we had a shot of, we were just about to do a few more things to this Mustang right here, but we just noticed something that's kind of devastating right here. Look at this right here, dude. Some paint chipping. I think that's because we were traveling faster than the speed of light or sound.
Dude, I think we hit like Mach 2 in third gear or something like that, and it just blew.
Probably with the Can-Am, because we
Dude.
just can't go up there empty-handed.
Hey,
can
we can't go up there and just show the house. We got to show some skill on some Can-Ams,
Hey,
dude.
I agree right there. So let's go ahead, load up the Can-Am, head up to the headquarters, and see what's going on.
Indianapolis. Not today. We're not going to make it all the way. It's a 1,200 mile trip. But if you guys don't know what Buc-ee's is, it's a Texas gas station. And we got the big F-350 dually pulling the big, all the way down there, all the way down there. 2 rows. You can see there's another row back there. And this is actually a smaller Buc-ee's. Sometimes they go all down both sides of the building as well. Like hundreds of gas pumps. Inside is crazy. They've got restaurants inside. They're bananas. So inside now, this is how large this place is. Check that out. This is a gas station in Texas. These things are everywhere around here. And tires and everything I need for this burnout competition. So we are heading, I think, to, I'm not sure where our midway point is, so where we're stopping to spend the night tonight. Where are we stopping at? What town? Or like, where are we going to today? I don't know, that's a long time, 4.5 hours. We were gonna go get barbecue at a place in Texarkana, Arkansas. But we're heading to Missouri tonight, and it's gonna be late, like 10 or something, right?
Yeah.
Long day of driving. Y'all are awesome. A couple more hours have passed since the last time you saw me. We just pulled over another gas station just to check. It's all pretty good. Everything up there is still up there. A few things have shifted back, but overall, not really going nowhere. Diesel DEF. So I just actually put DEF in the truck for the first time ever. Had never done that. So Earl, my 2012 Ram, it's a diesel truck, but it does only have the diesel exhaust fluid. So for those who don't know, it's some fluid that helps the diesel burn cleaner. So it has something that burns cleaner. That stuff cleans it out, keeps it from building up the soot. No black stuff, no black smoke, less. Sorry. We're here. We're not here. We're in Sikeston, Missouri, and it's 10:45. So it's homework. I never give you guys homework, so I want you to appreciate that. But every once in a while, you need homework, and this is that. The second video that you need to watch is Kentucky Ballistics video. Much different scenario on that video. I guess like almost 2 weeks ago now. And so we've been talking to Scott a lot and making sure that we can, do everything we need to do for him. But man, just so happy that it was. To sum it up, he almost died.
20 is my number.
That's your number?
This is my number for everything.
Change it up, but yeah. Thank you for this. Give me about 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
They're detailing Kevin's car, so I can't show you that, but what I can show you guys is the Street Hunter C8 for high speed runs. That is a big wing. Thing looks massive. Looks really good though.
Certified table.
Obviously, you don't run this little lip spoiler that comes with the car. Like you take that off so you don't have anything else, but that thing is huge. Isn't flopping around, especially because we know that the C8 owners, a lot of the Corvette owners are gonna be tracking this car, and we want this thing to perform at all speeds. Came up pretty nice. It's pretty clean.
You look like you're about it.
You know you're a dad when you actually wear your camera. Yeah, dude.
Oh, you like yours well done, Kev? Okay, yeah.
He's ready for the keys. Yeah.
All right, can we see this thing or what? Wait, I actually totally forgot. There's a fifth car we're looking at today. Calvin Supra.
Jeez.
Damn. She gone.
Damn.
Totaled.
Maybe.
You just decided to throw Kevin's wheels on. You didn't even ask. You just did it.
Are you gonna show? You can't be showing.
Damn. I'm showing the wheels.
No. Show them.
Oh! Look at that! Look at that!
Need on the back.
You figured these out?
You need some sticks, Kev. Damn, so if you guys don't know, this is the Street Fighter LA kit. This is the E92 wide body kit, and it has a lip spoiler. You got rear over fenders, side skirt extend. Ackerman specs. What have we learned over the last 6 years, Kevin?
I'm sorry.
Never. We just don't want a stretched look on this. This is that you need a meat boy.
I know, but 305 was max on these on these 12s.
This thing looks good though.
Oh, whoa. And they are chrome.
Polished.
No, but they actually are chrome.
What's the difference of polish and chrome?
What? Polish is like you're like buffing out like actual metal. This is an actual like coat of chrome. Like this is chrome.
Oh, that's why they're so.
This is why I haven't even seen it from the back yet.
But it looks good though.
Oh, dude, this is the angle right here.
That's big. If you lower it enough, you might get away with that tire.
Oh, we gonna put them on the spot?
Yeah. So let's talk about just throwing another.
Okay, you can do it a couple of different things. You can do, what's that BMW yellow?
Yellow?
Banana or banana boat? Banana?
No. What?
What is that?
The new one? The yellow green?
No. Like the factory M3 yellow. Techno violet.
What?
Ooh, that would look kind of sick on this.
Midnight purple?
How about red? Red would look really sick.
Red?
Then maybe you just wrap it, Kev.
Yeah, I mean, when you come with those type of color suggestions, maybe you should wrap it, because that's...
I like the blue.
I think you guys need to keep it a blue.
Kevin wasn't gonna wrap it blue.
No? What?
No.
Black?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it.
Satin black. I'll believe it.
What do you think? Do we, what?
Or imagine wrapping it the same color as my LD90.
Oh, but it wouldn't, I don't know, man. I feel like you can't really go those colors on this type of car.
Shout out to Throttle.
Ooh, time to leave. Time to leave.
You know, off camera, guys, Oscar bet a pretty healthy wager on this versus.
My dad's uncle's been a body man for 78 years, you know, and we could fix that here
Up in a jiffy, you know, it could. I'm not saying it can't, but is it the proper thing to do? No, I think when metal crushes like this, you lose a little bit of integrity.
Yeah.
You can heat it up and you can pull it and you can make it look like that. You can throw a little bit of Bondo and make it look smooth, but would you want that on your car? I wouldn't want that on my car. I would want this replaced.
Yeah.
And if the insurance company told me that they would want this fixed versus...
Well,
did you go to college?
Dropped out.
No,
I dropped out too.
Yeah. Who's the idiot now? You.
Yeah, I started going to college and I was like, I'll make more money like doing what I do now.
Yeah, I was like, college is. We're gonna need to lower this thing at least 4 fingers, and if we do a 4-finger drop, we're looking 4 fingers down. Oh, there's still gonna be tons of clearance here. It's actually not nearly as bad as I thought it would be.
Oh, yeah, you got crazy height right there.
Is that you remove from here and have it remain okay? / what can we grind out the way? / what can we just try to move it? You know what I mean? Like it turns into a game of like, okay, now we have to figure it out. I can also try to do some research to see who else is. So here's how the car sits at the current moment. We need to lower it. We need to figure out how to get more front scrub in that front tire. We still need the Lambo badge on. You're still missing a little carbon fin right there. And then we're waiting for the new wing brackets that are soon.
Now this right here is the real deal. As I told you guys, Dios tiene planes. Dios tiene tiempo para todo. If one day I'm going to be able to afford one, eso será ya más en el futuro. Y si nunca va a ser para mí uno de estos, pues 23, rounded up to about 24,000. Has a nice, beautiful front end already, color match. Damn. The only thing is that, look at that bed. It's super long. It's that ugly, nasty long bed. As I told you guys, the good thing is that the engine is good and that it drives. The D still works pretty good. What's busted is the reverse. So I'm just gonna follow him in my truck and just take this baby home, new owner. There's nothing in here. See, I don't even know what that is. What is this, a surfboard? What the heck is this? It looks like one of those things where you carry an AR-15, but I think in here you carry a bazooka. See, 2002 Silverado. Comes with the manual, but we already know everything about these trucks basically. And we don't keep anything stock, so this is probably trash. So yeah.
4 Prime, and it's the second fastest car that Toyota sells. Let me repeat that. This thing, a plug-in hybrid than that too. And today I'm going to review the new RAV4 Prime and show you what I mean. Before I get started, be sure to check out Cars and Bids, which is my enthusiast car from the 1980s and up. Cars and Bids is the place to do it. And Cars and Bids listings are now on Autotempest.com. Autotempest gives you all the listings in one place, and that includes Cars and Bids in hybrid version of the RAV4 compact crossover. There's a standard RAV4 with a gasoline engine, then there's a RAV4 hybrid with a traditional hybrid engine, and then there's this, the RAV4 Prime, which has a gas engine that's supplemented by electric motors and a plug, then the 4-cylinder Supra. So you have a mix with this car of efficiency and, surprisingly, performance-ness. And it's on sale now. The RAV4 Prime starts at just under $40,000. It comes standard All right, I'm going to start the quirks and features of the RAV4 Prime with getting in, and that means discussing the key fob, which has a rather cold AC. If you press and hold that down, it will turn on the air conditioning system in the car. Now, the benefit here is obvious. If you live in a very warm place, Texas, Arizona, you park the car in the sun, you can use that button to be very helpful in cooling down the cabin on a hot day before you get inside. But anyway, next up we get into the RAV4 Prime. There are some interesting quirks and features in here, starting with the dials in this interior. They all have this like rubber side with this bizarre that makes its cars interesting and cool by putting strange patterns on the climate control and volume dials. That pattern is repeated on all the dials in this car, rather unusual, but the most interesting dial is undoubtedly this one in the center, which is used to change the cars. It's crazy to see it in a RAV4. Now, if you want to go into normal mode, you push the top of the dial, and then it turns sort of vaguely blue. But I just love playing with this dial, going from eco to sport and seeing it change colors. What a strange thing, and a cool one, frankly. Charge hold. If you press that, it will fix the car in hybrid mode, meaning the gasoline engine will come on and it will help to charge the electric motor while you drive around. That'll hold it in place. So if your electric motor is about to run out and you need more charge, you can push that button to make sure. Go into the eco zone, and then while you drive, it'll let you know with a score how economically you're driving. So if you miss the fun, the thrill of driving a big V8 gas-powered sports car, well, here's a different thrill. All of the stuff you want. You control your radio, your navigation, all that stuff through here. I will say this is a relatively easy system to use. I've reviewed it in several other Toyota models. Nothing particularly interesting or weird, but it's not a very elegant system. It's not cool. It's this little view button to the left of the steering wheel with a camera on it. It will pull up this around the car camera view, which is a pretty cool feature at this price point, except you can see the camera quality is really not that good. Toyota went to all the trouble of a lot of different vehicles. Never seen one that lets you change the color before, except in Toyotas. That's a pretty nice touch. But anyway, the functional simplicity of this center screen is kind of generally true about this car, frankly. It's certainly true of the interior. The vehicle, it has an unreal owner's manual. Look at the size of this. This is one of the largest owner's manual pouches I have ever seen in any car ever. This is just a RAV4. Why does it need all this crack too, which I almost never can say about compact crossovers. This thing is really fantastic in terms of legroom and obviously headroom. I've got several inches in my head before it hits the ceiling. This is well done. It is impressive how roomy this is back here. Now, this little light, you press this switch and you can turn on this very dim light. So if you need to get back here at night and you need to see what's going on, you can turn this on and illuminate basically nothing, but at least it's there, a little light you can turn on in your car. And have like a mechanical release for the rear seats. If you want to drop the rear seats, you have to go around individually to the seats and put them down in order to create a larger flat load floor back here. And finally, we move under the hood and you can see where the magic happens. Mostly the gasoline engine, which is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, about 180 horsepower. Where the magic actually happens is when this engine is mated to the electric motors in this car for a total of more than 300 horsepower. I have said this several times now in this review, but it costs to the car's efficiency. And so you can put 300 horsepower in a RAV4 and still have a pretty efficient vehicle. But you're probably still wondering why. You get why electric cars can have more power, but why did Toyota make a RAV4 this angular and muscular? And truthfully, this is just a normal compact crossover. So why did they do that? Once again, I think this is Toyota looking at the trends and making a change. Not Tesla this time, but off-roader SUVs. Toyota comes standard with all-wheel drive. I had mentioned that earlier, but just sort of in passing, and I wanted to really drive the point home because this is a pretty expensive vehicle for a RAV4. It's over $40,000. Starts just under, but equipped it's like 43, 44, and that's a lot of money for a RAV4 to review this car. Then I started getting requests for it, and requests and requests and requests. People wanted to see the RAV4 Prime. So let's talk driving experience. Normally, when you're just cruising around day to day, it just seems like a totally normal RAV4. I should say it feels quick for a RAV4. You know, I just recently reviewed the Audi SQ5 and I said that didn't feel very quick. Well, that does 0 to 60 a second faster than this, but that is pitched as a performance car. This is like a plug-in crossover. And you know, the RAV4 car is selling. And so that's the Toyota RAV4 Prime. This car has been popular, sales have been strong, and Toyota has had a hard time making enough to meet demand. That's no surprise because this is a good combination of practical, some electric components to boost fuel economy, and it gets an 8 out of 10. Finally, value, and this is a good value, though somewhat expensive, starting at just over $39,000, but there are a lot of benefits, and this gets a 7 out of 10 for a total daily score of 34 out of 50.